In 1923, the Weimar Republic was on the verge of social and economic collapse. However, it was followed by 1924 through 1929, where they saw some stability. The economy recovered, and Germany culture flourished. This dramatic turnaround was thanks to this man, Gustav Stresemann. Stresemann gave 3 good months to the economy and spent the rest of his time as foreign minister repairing their international relations. One of the major things he did was call off passive resistance in the Ruhr Valley. This meant labor was back in production and they could stop printing money to pay striking workers, and also promising to pay back reparations to France and Belgium. This ended the occupation in the Ruhr. He also introduced a new type of currency. This stabilized the money flow, so it allowed money to go back into circulation in a limited way, thus raising the money value. However, a new economy comes with its drawbacks. 700,000 government employees lost their jobs. This allowed the deficit to reduce. This allowed Stresemann to renegotiate the contracts under the Treaty of Versailles. This led to 2 repayment plans over the next 5 years. The Dawes Plan agreed on in September 1924, and the Young Plan, which was agreed on in January 1930. The Dawes Plan essentially kept the Treaty of Versailles the same, except Germany only had to pay 1 billion marks back for the first 5 years and 2.5 billion after that. This was for an indefinite amount of time, and they had to borrow 800 million marks from the US. The Young Plan was, however, 2 billion marks per year and could be postponed if necessary. This was over 59 years and was expected to end in 1988. Banks like JP Morgan kept lending Germany money, and they were one of the leading bankers. There was some skepticism by historians of how the Weimar Republic healed from hyperinflation in World War I. In 1928, the production levels were higher than that of 1913 before World War I, but agriculture did not recover to pre-war levels. Exports rose by 40%, just sending goods abroad. The money made from exports wasn't enough to cover the imports. Wages grew from 1924 to 1929 and especially in 1928. However, unemployment did not fall below 1.3 million. And in 1929, it was 1.9 million. IG Farben became the largest industrial company in Europe, but Germany was still dependent on loans from the US. Pension, insurance, and unemployment schemes were constructed in 1927. However, the government spent more than they brought in on taxes, causing them to go into several deficits from 1925 onward. This information comes from BBC with a high media bias fact check.